Now, the Chancellor, Rishi Sunak, says the government will announce in the coming week whether the 2-metre social distancing rule will be relaxed in England. Boris Johnson has been facing increasing pressure from his own backbenchers and the hospitality industry to ease restrictions to help businesses. But the government's scientific advisors say that being 1 metre apart carries up to 10 times more risk than being separated by 2 metres. Well, in the last 24 hours, 128 deaths linked to COVID-19 have been recorded in the UK, and that takes the total number of people reported to have died from coronavirus to 42,589. Our political correspondent, Leila Nathoo, has the very latest.
When will the next pints be pulled in this pub in York? It needs to be safe, profitable and inviting. A tall order under current restrictions.
We're a small historic street corner pub, lots of pinch points, narrow corridors. We're going to struggle with any sort of social distancing measures for that reason, really. 1 metre might work, 2 definitely won't. We were hoping to hear yesterday, we need some concrete guidance about what is expected of us as licensees.
2 weeks today is the earliest that pubs will be allowed to reopen. The government has been alive to their concerns for some time. A review of the 2 metre rule is underway. And ministers now say a conclusion is coming soon.
The outcome of that review will be announced this week. Obviously, that's something that will make an enormous difference, I think, to many businesses who are keen to see a change. Obviously, we need to go through that review, but I'm very understanding of the cause for action on that, particularly for the hospitality industry, for our pubs, for our restaurants, are keen to see if there's some changes that can be made.
But the future of the 2 metre rule is crucial for schools too. A relaxation would allow more children into classrooms, as Northern Ireland is planning. The UK's chief medical officers have now downgraded the COVID alert level, opening the way to further easing.
We're in a situation where we have a virus that is still circulating. This is key. So in terms of it being safe, I would say no relaxation measure is 100% safe. But of course, we are in a phase where we can cautiously start to relax measures.
Whether to relax the 2 metre rule is a key decision for the government, and one that's been a pressure point for some time. It's about balancing the scientific advice on the best way to keep coronavirus at bay with the impact of those measures on the economy. While the direction of travel does now seem clear, some Tory MPs say ministers haven't acted fast enough.
If we don't get the economy moving now, which is why the 2 to 1 metre is so critical, then we will see companies simply calling it a day and putting people onto unemployment. And that will change massively, and I don't want that to happen.
It will be a while before pubs look like this again, but they and many other businesses hope they'll at least have the chance to start down that road. Leila Nathoo, BBC News.
The Spanish Foreign Minister has told the BBC that British citizens will be allowed to visit the country from tomorrow without the need to self-isolate for 2 weeks on arrival. Our business correspondent Katie Prescott is here. What about Spanish citizens coming here?
Well, that's the exact question. This brings Spain into line with other countries like Italy and Greece. But for the British people who make 18 million trips a year to Spain, they want to know exactly that. What will happen when they come back to the UK? And we are expecting some sort of announcement on that from the UK government on the 29th of June, which is when a review is due into these quarantine rules. And when that happens, there should be some sort of announcement on reciprocal arrangements with countries such as Spain, and they're going to take into account not only COVID levels, but also the amount of trips that Brits take. And so the expectation is, given how many of us like to go to Spain, that that will be among the European short-haul destinations that we have the reciprocal arrangement with.
OK, Katie, many thanks. Katie Prescott there.